Hey guys, I'm here. Welcome back. Today we are finally diving into the final season of Andor. If you haven't seen my reactions to season 1, go check them out. I was absolutely blown away by that first season, and I can't wait to jump into this one, man. I'm super excited to see how they kind of bring this story to a close, or at least just catch it up to where we know the story closes. We got 3 episodes this week, and we'll be getting another 3 next week, and so on until we reach the end. So on my part, it's going to be a busy couple of weeks. So with that all said, let's get ready to jump into this. If you want to see the full-length reaction, as always, you can check it out over on Patreon, or if you become a member of the channel, get you access as well. It is a watch-along format, so you will need your own footage to sync up the time codes for actually the entire episode. Over there, get the same thing for all the other shows and movies we cover on the channel. You also get a suggested votable movies to react to each month. It's just a great way to support the channel, help us do the things we do over here. But at the end of the day, I really appreciate it. Enjoy this reaction. Please leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already, because it really helps these videos out. With that all said and out of the way, let's go ahead and hop into episode 1. Here we go. 1 year later. Oh, BBY 4. So I think if I remember correctly, ooh, look at that. If I remember correctly, each set of 3 episodes, there's a year time skip. So we're going to see that we're in 4 BBY currently. And I'm sure next week it'll be 3, 2, 1, and then catching us up with Rogue One by the end of it all. What's that about? Sinar Test Facility 73. Look who we got here. Okay, so that's why. She was sabotaging, gathering intel for him.
Got the key?
We have to wait for my supervisor to leave. He never stays late.
Are we stealing it?
Safe here.
You're a new test pilot. You've just arrived. You're excited. You wanted to look around before you went to bed. We started flirting.
I like that.
Sorry. I was told not to look at you. I didn't see anything.
Hey,
Oh,
it's okay.
ooh,
It's okay.
I'm so nervous.
Nervous is good. Keeps us awake. It's gonna be fine.
Try to reduce the amount of people that know his face.
You're very brave.
Am I? My hand's shaking.
Hey, who is this?
New pilot. He couldn't sleep. We were just talking.
Welcome aboard.
What was that?
She said you were cute.
I mean, that's what I assumed, hence the giggling.
If I died tonight, was it worth it? You've done this before. You must have thought about it.
This makes it worth it. This. Being with you, being here at the moment you step into the circle. Look at me.
Oh, that's big right there,
You
man.
made this decision long ago. The Empire cannot win. You'll never feel right unless you're doing what you can to stop them. You're coming home to yourself. You've become more than your fear. Let that protect you.
Thank you.
It's wild, man. Seeing like where he is now compared to before, and we're still not the whole way through his journey, you know. That was a good little speech to kind of center her through her very, very reasonable fears. I love goofy Star Wars, don't get me wrong, but I also really love how serious this show takes the war side of it, especially considering a lot of the people we follow aren't like super powered beings flying around and shit like that, you know? So there's so much more at stake for these characters. This feels like the start of like a Mission Impossible. He's like, what is going on? Oh, whoa! Locked and loaded. is this all things we want to be doing right now? Or are we just trying to figure out how to get the engine started? Dude, this is sick. What's gonna go wrong? Fuck. Damn inverted controls. Dude, oh my god. Don't mind me. Oh my god. This is me in any flight simulator, man. At least he knows the shooting part. Oh my god. Torpedo? Ooh, good dodge. Okay, this might be a little overkill. Oh, okay. Performance issues. It happens. Awkward little moment. Oh! All right, start blasting that door, man. Dude. Well. Hey, we're out the gate, at least. This is a messy escape so far. Oh, no. Uh-oh. We got incoming. Whoo! Oh. Just in time. God, this thing can take a beating. Oh, dude, this is giving me like Independence Day vibes, kind of. Hey, what a start. What a start to the season. The polar opposite of the start of last season. All right, you lost one. All right, there you go. Shook both your tails. Dude, what a fucking opening. Aw, look at our little guy charging over there.
Vix, wake up! Wake up!
No!
Hey, shh!
Oh.
Vix, listen!
Having a night terror. She
You're
went through
fine.
some shit last season, man.
What happened?
She had another dream.
Go back to bed. She'll be fine.
Cassian will want to know.
She'll deal with that.
He'll be home to tomorrow.
We'll talk about this in the morning.
There was a little family unit here, man. Chandrilan.
Took a wedding to get her out of the house.
Oh, praise Mothma. What a glorious time to be. So good to see you.
Looking younger every season.
Oh, effortlessly you lie.
You have no idea at this point.
Wait for them here or get a head start.
What did you see or sniff or what?
Have you seen who's here?
There you are.
Oh, hey, how you doing, buddy?
Come on, I was hoping for a chance to speak.
I I'm afraid I'm a bit of a blur right now. Quite the production. Is there something urgent?
No. Looking to catch up. I'll find you later.
Yeah, there's definitely something they need to talk about, given their current arrangement, or maybe something new.
Luthen!
Oh dear, you found me.
What are you doing here?
I'm afraid that's a secret.
Oh no. I don't like that at all.
Chatting, Luthen. No spoiling.
Away with you.
What's going on here?
You'll ruin my surprise.
Well, he's terrible at keeping secrets.
Oh, I've been practicing.
We'll see about that.
You'll see when I'm ready. Now, surely there's something that desperately
I love all
requires
this
your
double
presence
speak.
elsewhere.
Very well. But I will get it out of him.
What's he doing here?
He's with Skarsgård.
For what?
Apparently it's a secret.
Oh joy. Can't be anything good. And this is his little agent, I assume.
Cassian?
Yep.
The team at Sylar confirmed he got away clean.
That's it.
It's our only
It was a
update.
postcode, not a conversation.
We should have heard from him by now.
I can't transmit from here, Luthen. I told you when we landed. That's off the table.
Keep listening.
God, I love this so much. Oh, this is gorgeous.
Thirsty?
What?
Better pull it together.
You just be normal.
She seems awfully determined.
Please.
It's a long walk from the silos.
That's because her mother doesn't like me coming around. We're toolies.
There's all kinds of people here.
Yeah, with shares and visas.
Well, they all started somewhere.
It's not that easy.
Doesn't seem to be stopping Tali and Brasso.
Give it a rest.
Hello, Bila.
Hi. You've been out here so long. I brought water.
What a lovely surprise. Will was just telling me how thirsty he is.
Smooth. What?
What is it?
I'm not sure.
It's Imperial.
So what's the game plan on his front with this thing? He's kind of getting the hang of it a little bit. Hey, that landing could have been a lot worse, but he made it. He touched down.
Porco!
Definitely not getting a good vibe right now.
Porco! You can stop right there. You got 15 blasters pointed at you right now.
Don't tell him that!
He's surrounded. He needs to know it.
The number? The actual number?
Are you kidding?
You are talking to the enemy!
I knew you would do this. I'm not an Imperial.
What is happening?
Yeah, and I'm not gonna put a bolt through
Oh,
you!
they think, okay.
Get on the ground!
I'm getting like Usopp vibes with the bullshit that they're spouting right now. Okay, well, there's definitely a handful of people at least. Lovely.
No
The Mouthine Divide.
No records. None of you were here.
Oh, Critic, what's up, bud? How you doing?
Calendar. Your colleagues, superiors, if they're not in this room, they're not cleared for the project. Colonel Yularen, Governor Tarkin, all senior commanders will be notified by the Emperor. The group in this room is, of this moment, the tightest of closed circles. Any security violation will be brought to the Emperor's personal attention.
Better stay in line, guys, or you'll get the sparkly fingers. I wonder if we'll see Galen in this at all.
Chances are, if you've heard that sound before, you've been to the Great Valleys of Gorman. But it's a sure thing, no matter where you are in the galaxy, you've had your eye on something made of Gorman twill. Elegance and durability, available in all weights and weaves. The Gorman Mark of Excellence is known everywhere as the standard of luxury
what
and
is
quality.
this?
But where does this magic begin?
What is this?
Sounding the wake-up call for the creatures who've made this planet the success it is today. Time to rise and start spinning. Meet the Gorman Spider. The experts have a fancier word. Don't they always? There's no denying their dedicated work habits. spinning from dawn till dusk, never stopping to feed or sleep. 40 billion gorlectopods housed in webberies across the planet will spin the fiber, from which 60 million bolts of Gorman twill will be processed.
Is this meant to be like a metaphor for something, or?
Gorman is of great interest to the Empire.
What happened to my ship? It's ruined. Hold him. Get his speed.
Okay.
Shut up.
Am I having a big old brain fart, or is everybody else a little confused right now?
That's a stolen ship. There was another pilot here waiting to take it forward.
Stolen for who?
For the rebellion.
Whose rebellion?
The rebellion.
Where's the pilot I'm supposed to meet? Where is he?
Your friend was not friendly. He took a shot at us. Tried to make a run for it. Big mistake.
Oh,
He's lying anyway. This guy's a test pilot.
I doubt anyone here is unaware of the difficulties we've had making the Emperor's dream of energy independence a reality. Access to stable, unlimited power.
He has made that his personal catchphrase. There was probably a mandate to include that in his pitch.
There's a mineral underground.
Deep substrate foliated calcite.
Calcite.
Calcite, so that's what they're actually after.
Calcite alternatives. Calcite substitutes. Now, we've promised delivery in 3 years. That delivery is dependent on some version of Gorman calcite to coat the reactor lenses. Should we fail to find any alternatives, he will have to control Gorman with a hand firm enough to silence any resistance.
Oh, okay. Kind of familiarizing themselves with their target. So it's like, if we can't come up with an alternative, we have to be like, well, hey, Gorman, we're taking your shit, and you ain't got nothing to say about it.
Please.
You think you'll be able to do it?
Nothing's where it's supposed to be.
I wouldn't touch that.
What is it?
I'm not sure.
What is that?
No clue.
So how did you get here?
I guess it's my lucky day.
This is funny. What do you think? Can you fly it?
I don't know. It's all new.
He can fly it. We need all the room we can get. Do the math. Is there anything to it in there?
No.
What?
It's an invasive process.
It would present stark challenges to the local population. The extent of our withdrawal may render the planet unstable.
There is a risk of total collapse.
9 cities.
Oh, I remembered a big thing here.
They will not go quietly.
Which is exactly why you're here.
Rika says she can fly it. She can fly. She's not saying that. I don't hear you saying that.
It's confusing.
He's got to teach her. Why would he do that? If he doesn't, we'll kill him.
That's your plan?
Dude, they are so bad at this.
Can't teach her if he's dead. Everything with you is negative.
Like killing the only pilot we have?
Well, we gotta have one of them.
What is it with these two, man?
How long will it take?
So what is it?
Well, we can't stay here.
Do they really trust you? Or they just think you're stupid?
You know, I don't need an excuse to hit you.
2 days, no food. Makes everyone cranky, right?
How do you know how long we've been here?
You were not here 3 days ago when I left.
Still have the same problem. He's right.
Who goes and who stays?
We make trips. And who goes first? There it is. There's our real problem. The lack of trust.
Your brother dumped us here and ran away, and you want to talk about trust?
He went back for survivors.
Nobody believes that.
But we know what really happened.
Maya Pay!
What is this?
You're the Maya Pay Brigade.
What? What did you tell him?
I know Maya.
Maya's dead. According to you, he's the
Because I was trying to save her, we got ambushed. We lost 6 ships.
How do you know Maya?
She was a customer. We've been supplying you along the way. Part of the same rebellion.
Your friend was hostile.
He was on a mission.
We're stealing an Imperial test ship. For who?
I'm not telling you that.
Who told you?
Yeah, well, you should be more careful.
You scobbing jackpot.
Oh my God.
With the right ideas, planted in the right markets, in the right sequence, we can now weaponize this galactic opinion.
Now, we love the spiders. Aggressive, unpleasant, keeping to themselves. Is it just coincidence that the Gorman personality seems so in tune with these creatures?
God, the depth that they're talking about manipulating an entire population is insane. God, we're gonna see an event we've only heard talked about, I assume.
So who's really in charge here?
That's why you probably should be poking around inside the ship, guys.
Why not have a plague or stage some natural disaster?
We've actually gamed that out. It gets unpredictable very quickly.
The drilling equipment's being...
Because then you have to worry about, you know, protecting yourself against the thing you unleashed if you want to go down there and mine.
You're awfully quiet, aren't you?
It's a lot to take in.
Heard you learn quickly.
I like to know what I'm talking about.
You're here at my request. You're not inspired by the anti-Gorman whispering campaign.
I'm still forming an opinion.
Piece of advice. You think you're hard to read? You need to get over that. Now, you have a plan already. You had it before they finished speaking. I want your assessment.
Damn. Got called.
Propaganda will only get you so far. You need a radical insurgency you can count on. You need Gorman rebels you can depend on to do the wrong thing. Director.
Turn their own against their own.
I was waiting. Here I am. No, not for you. Cassian.
He'll be back soon. I spoke to Caleen. He said they haven't done this in years. An Imperial supply sent us. It's an audit, a spot check.
If they're checking visas, we have a problem.
He knows that.
It's gonna be fine. No one here's about to let anything happen to you.
Nothing from Cassian.
I'll have a listen.
He's a little hung up at the moment. Everybody's just waiting on word from Cassian.
We know Cassian got off Siler. We know Porco's waiting.
Well, you think Porco is waiting.
The monitor's on. Hope for the best.
Is he tough enough? Not by half. You'll either learn or be led.
We've all treasured our naval service.
And where are you stationed?
I've been training on Steerguard, but we're all being transferred now.
Really? Where's everyone going?
Yeah, where to? Do tell. I need intel. Gosh, she's just getting sloshed.
What are you doing here?
Skeldons have climbed. We bought a gift for the betrothed.
I'm working. Are we pretending we just met?
No, you've been by the shop.
Just two single women surveying the prospects.
Oh. Was that her making a move? It almost kind of seemed like it.
You've been avoiding me.
Be serious.
It's been a rough few days. I've had some business go sour. Things have gone to a head.
I'm sorry.
I'm hoping to stay the weekend, but we'll see.
Is Marnie joining you?
We're living apart at the moment. Suppose you
Uh-oh.
haven't heard?
Marital disputes.
I have not.
So much for the gossiping biddies of Chandrilan. And it's not what I wanted to talk to you about. I know you said you got my message. I was hoping we could discuss the Foundation.
Is there a problem?
Not like that, no.
Oh, Mon. There you are. They've had their first fight.
Oh dear. You'll have to excuse me.
Of course.
Wow, hasn't even started yet.
He's a child.
Tell me.
He won't hold my hand. I keep trying and he keeps pushing me away.
I'm sorry. Sethu. Terribly sorry.
It's gotta feel kind of similar to what she's gone through herself, but she's also kind of, you know, pulling the strings behind a lot of this too. You know, so like,
You are talking about
so messy.
No one's in charge. I was always Maya's number two. In your dream. I was
Oh
always
my God, these two.
Want to hear it from Maya?
That might take a while.
She's dead.
She's not.
You saw nothing. You were hiding in the bunker.
Yeah, you tell him, Rika.
Step off, Rael.
Maya comes back.
This group is.
You take it back.
Get stuck. See what you've done? Your brother stole our ship.
Say it again.
Tell him to put it down.
Crab. Come on, man. You took off the weapon. Come here, liar.
You're not even good at that.
Oh! Oh! And he's still handcuffed, so it's not like he can do anything. Oof. Jeez, that bolt coming at the camera was... Oh, shit. All right, damn. What an introductory episode. That was thrilling. Like, especially starting in mid-mission with Cassian and somebody on the inside of this testing facility as he's trying to orchestrate, you know, getting out of there with this new fighter and just kind of, and you taking it to the meeting point, the rendezvous, and passing it along as part of this mission that he's been given by Luthen. And just seeing also just how this is a year after he's finally, you know, signed up for the cause and all of that, and seeing him kind of talk to somebody else and kind of ground them in the meaning behind all of this and relating it to his own personal experience. You know, like you can hear all that kind of coming through in the way that he was comforting, or at least trying to comfort the girl that was helping him get out of there. Like just this simple little banter, especially with the cover story that they had, that they were, you know, they just met, he was here, he couldn't sleep, and, you know, the flirting that was going on, and then her boss coming by and be like, haha, that guy's kind of cute. All of that kind of stuff just grounds the world so nicely. And then you just kind of get into these moments, and then it just goes all to shit when Cassian can't quite fly this thing. The controls are completely different. Somebody inverted the controls, so when he tried to punch forward, it went right into the back, and then he just had to like haphazardly blast his way out of there. That Rocketeer that was trying to stand between him and the door was brilliantly handled. I like that they cut away so we didn't see it, so then you pan back and he's just vaporized and a punched hole through the wall. That was a great little choice. I was like, oh, we didn't get to see it, but I think the way that they cut it was even funnier. Then the getaway, the chase, and then the people pursuing him, the hiccups along the way, like the engine stalling. That was all so thrilling. That, again, like I mentioned earlier, it was very Mission Impossible, and I love that about it. And then, of course, local rebels kind of threw their hands into a mix, and of course somebody here on a serious mission like this, you know, and dealing with these yokels, they didn't know what to do. You know, he defended himself, and they killed the person Cassian was there to meet, and they lost one of their people, so they're just bickering and, you know, passing the buck, passing the blame, and just at odds, one for who's in charge now. So everybody's trying to vie for control, what to do next. Everybody has an opposite opinion, and he's just like, what the hell is this? And he tries to tell them the truth, but obviously because they caught him in an Imperial vehicle, wearing an Imperial uniform, they don't believe him. They turn on themselves, and that just ends up them shooting at each other, and he's just like in handcuffs watching this all happen and just trying to survive. Meanwhile, everybody is just waiting for Cassian to call. We got the gang from Ferrix hiding out on this planet, just trying to stay low, getting off of there after everything that happened in season 1, and just waiting for Cassian to return. And then we see Bix just dealing with the fallout of the mental manipulation and torture that she went through when they captured her previously. You know, we cut to Luthen and everything going on with this marriage, the Mothma estate, as obviously with the deal that Mon had to make to kind of, you know, finance all their little shadowy backdoor stuff, has led to them to have this whole little event here. You know, obviously because of their business, their cover, they would be invited here because they are connected to, or at least are affiliated with people involved with the whole thing. But Mon's just like, oh shit, because it's Luthen. She knows what everybody else doesn't, and the whole double speak between them while people are around them was really, really well done. And just seeing them having to play this spy game while in the middle of this social event was really, really well handled, especially with Vel and Kleya trying to figure out, like, you know, how to navigate obviously their previous connection and relationship with, you know, them working under Luthen and all that, and then, you know, them going their separate ways, and then how do we play this as, do we know each other, do we not? And then it seemed like Kleya was trying to kind of like flirt with her a little bit, so I thought that was kind of interesting. And then meanwhile, we have the ISB catching up with Dedra. She's kind of sitting in and been invited in by Krennic, who's hosting this whole operation to try to mine, or at least get either an alternative. If they can't come up with one, how do we get this mineral we need from Gorman? And what do we do with the people? How do we get to know them? How do we leverage them? And just seeing them all kind of like trying to like brainstorm how to manipulate a population, or force, because that's on the table as well, kind of as a last resort. They would like to be tactful as they don't have a strong presence on that planet. But just hearing them talk about how do we get what we want out of this. Setting up the mining part isn't the hard part. It's like getting in there with the security clearances, getting them past the people, not running into any issues with the people themselves. How do we get what we need with as little friction as possible? You know, even learning that if they do it, you know, too abruptly, too brashly, or if they just get everything they need, they can just destabilize the entire planet, Krypton style, destroying everything there. So they're even talking about, well, what if we convince them to leave the planet? What if we drop a plague down there? Like, it's just wild hearing them just how casually they talked about all of this. I don't want to say what it's leading into because there's, just in case anybody isn't aware, there's an event that has been talked about in Star Wars lore for a time that I feel like we're setting up and maybe we'll even see. So I was just going to keep that in my back pocket. I was a little late putting that together too. It took me a second to be like, ding. The cogs were slowly turning as they were talking. I was like, what is going on here? Because that commercial really threw me for a loop. But I landed there eventually. But yeah, Cassian's in a little bit of a bind. He's got to get this ship out of there. He's got to get himself out of there. He's handcuffed. They're killing each other. And, you know, then we have, you know, obviously the stuff happening at, you know, in Chandrilan with this whole ceremony that's going on, and then friction with the bride and the groom and all of that as well, because, you know, this being arranged as it is, she being excited and the guy just kind of not, I don't know, either being too immature to handle all this, because like they were saying, the guy's like, like his own father was just kind of like, he's kind of helpless. Either he's got to learn real quick, or your daughter's pretty much going to be leading this whole thing. I like that they just like acknowledge it as it is, because it's just the nature of their station, that this is just kind of casual. This is just how things are, you know, them being these bargaining chips, these pieces, and the fact that Mon had to play into that for the greater good of the rebellion. It just sucks having to do that too to your own kid, which is the fascinating element again of the show that I really like. Again, as much as you have the pulp and all this kind of stuff in Star Wars, when you're getting into the adventure, when you're getting into the like these, you know, the Mandalorians, the Jedi, these people that are out there and they have these larger than life kind of connections to this. When you get down to the everyman level, you know, outside of these massive battles, the lives that are lost and manipulated, and the people feeling the weight of the Empire. Like, I feel like this show just does such a good job of just kind of making all that feel serious, important, and it all carries such a strong weight, and I absolutely love it. But we got 2 more episodes to get through this week, so I'm not going to talk about this one too much. But so far, we have definitely kicked off this season with a bang. But I want to know what you guys thought, so sound off the comments. Let me know your thoughts down below. We're carrying the conversation after the video. Hope you enjoyed the reaction. If it did, leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already. Remember, if you want to see the full-length reaction, as always, you can check it out over on Patreon, or if you become a member of the channel, get you access as well. And speaking of before we go, I want to shout out our channel legends: Manny Sherritt, Your Course God, Robert Anguiano, Jeffrey L, Jake Cottrell, Eric Official, Casey Wood, Russell Crocker, Watchtower, Domi, and Gregory Toner, and Lily Chanson. Thank you guys so much for continued support. But that's just the video, guys. I'll see you all in the next one. But until then, may the Force be with you always. Take care, everybody.